Alright guys, we are going to be playing the Human Commoner Origin in Dragon Age Origins. We're going to be creating the character, and I'm going to go through the origin story. This is restored content from the vanilla game. The files are actually in the vanilla game, but a modder restored it so that you could actually play as a Human Commoner. Now the only thing that kind of sucks about this is that obviously this didn't actually make it in the final release, so this playthrough I can't really transfer it to Dragon Age 2 or Dragon Age 3 without there being serious problems with the lore, and also I don't even know if this file is going to transfer correctly to 2, because in Dragon Age 2 you have to directly transfer, but I'm probably just going to decide not to transfer it to 2 and just use Dragon Age Keep to try and make the most sense out of it. But unfortunately, canon-wise, this character, this origin does not exist. So take that with a grain of salt if you do plan on doing like a full run through all 3 games. But if you don't care about that, you just want to play through this game and you don't really care too much about canon and everything carrying over to the other game, because again, this was cut content, and BioWare does not officially recognize this as a canon origin. It was going to be an origin, but they decided not to put it in because it was too boring. So let's read the description. You live on your family's farm near the prosperous Arling of Redcliffe when an attack from an unimagined enemy, and I think we know who that enemy is, but this unimagined enemy thrusts you into a war that threatens to destroy everything you know. Yeah, so the story is pretty much you being you being a farmer, and then your farm all of a sudden gets attacked by Darkspawn, so you're being forced. Well, you'll see the story in this video, so I'm not going to spoil it too much, but I mean, it's what it says in here. So I thought it was a pretty interesting premise. Maybe not as interesting as literally all the other ones, like the Magi origin and the Human Noble origin, the Dwarf Noble, even the Dwarf Commoner. I mean, all those stories are definitely more thought out and better written than you just being some pig farmer, whatever farmer you are in this. So, are we gonna do a warrior or a rogue? I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, so they have separate outfits for warrior and rogue. So if you're a rogue, you'll be dressed like this as a commoner, and these are exclusive outfits for commoners. So you actually have your own outfit. But if you're a warrior, you have like this default outfit, which is pretty cool. I think we're gonna go with warrior. So Ainsley is the last name. That sounds like a peasant, and it has the same exact defaults, obviously, as the, which looks like the most generic person. I like this one. Yeah, he looks like a pig farmer to me. What about pigmentation? Oh no, we're not going to make him old. He looks somewhat young here. Oh, what the hell? I think these are mods. Yeah. Well, I like this skin tone enough. And the tattoos are a bit ridiculous. We're not going to do that. Yeah, we're going to give like the most generic hairstyle possible. I like this one, but it looks like a little bit too wavy for my taste. Let's just see. Should we add a beard too? Make him like a real commoner? Oh, he's got the sideburn. Oh, we gotta do that. We gotta do the sideburns, definitely. Make him look like as peasant, as much of a peasant. Oh yeah, you got the big bushy eyebrows, not trimmed. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun here. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Nah, I think that might be a little bit too much. Let's see. Oh yeah, we'll have a little stubble too. Oh, this is funny. Oh, this is funny. I love this. I'm loving it. I'm so immersed. I think this is what we're gonna do in terms of like the hair and everything. So let's look at the hair color. He's gonna be like a ginger. It's got to be a ginger. Of course, peasants are gingers. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why we make fun of red-haired people so much. They look cool. I like red-haired people. Unfortunately, it's not matching very well. Hold on, because I don't like the way this matches up with the hair. I guess we could just do brown, like, not have to have, but it doesn't look right to me doing that. So I think we're just gonna have to settle with this, possibly. Yeah. I don't know. I think we're gonna do orange hair. And do they have orange? God, what the hell mods did I install on this thing? They have pink hair, pink eyebrows. Jesus, what the hell? Oh wait, this looks a little bit better. Yeah, I like this. It fits with the orange, but is that the hair we want to settle on, though? Is there other hair that looks better, like peasant hair? No, we don't want to do fancy ponytails. It looks kind of dumb. No, that looks ridiculous. How about just like a regular? No, because then the sideburns. We want sideburns, and it looks ridiculous if we. I mean, this. I do like this hair. It looks nice, but let's see if we could have. No. What did we do here? Oh, with beard, right? Okay. Alright, I think we'll just... I don't know, because that looks dumb. Oh shit, I just messed it up. Yeah. I think this is the best hair style, at least. I guess just have that generic long hair. Like... Oh man, I don't know what I want to do here. Okay. And those eyes are way too small. Make them a little bit bigger. Yeah. I'm digging it. For some reason, every time you try to change the nose in this game from the default, it just looks ridiculous. Like, you can't really make it look good. But I think we'll settle with this. We definitely need to fix the jaws a little bit, because it looks weird. His face looks like his cheekbones are popping out no matter what you do. Give him wider cheeks, maybe. Oh yeah, that looks a little bit better. I don't... Okay, yeah, lowering that chin height a little bit helps, but still looks weird. Yeah, make it a little bit wider. And then the jaw width. Okay. Yeah. I think this is good. Oh. High colors Also something we should change. Maybe give him green eyes. Yeah, nice green eyes. Okay. Sure. Give him fucking big ears. Thickness. Make him a little bit fat. Nah. Because him having a fat neck would not be proportional to his body, because you can't edit the body in this game. Make it a little thick, but yeah, I think that's still a little bit big. He's got like a double chin thing going on. Yeah, I think we'll just do it like this. Does this guy not look like the most generic peasant that you could think of? Like, he looks nice, you know, he's got those piercing green eyes, but the hair and the facial hair and everything, he just looks like a generic dude. That's kind of what I'm going for here, so I still, you know, I think the hair is good as it'll get. We'll have him look down, because he's not very confident, you know. Still don't know what to name him, but yeah, just have him look all the way down, very down, and he's just wants to hide from everyone. He's not in a very good mood. He's just like, yeah, not very confident. He didn't choose to be the hero for Eldin. He just was kind of put in that situation. So, and yeah, we'll just do this. We're gonna name him Ryan with special letters, because in medieval fantasy games, books, movies, whatever it has, they like to take regular names and spell them, what's the word I'm looking for? Exotically. I don't know why it took me so long to come up with that. So we're gonna have him actually pretty strong, because he did work on a farm, so you gotta build up some muscles. We're gonna give him some constitution as well, because he's not very cunning. Again, he's some pretty dumb dude, not the smartest, but yeah, this is our human commoner character. No, he's not very good at talking, like I said. He can make traps because he hunted animals in his farm, I guess. Is he gonna be an archer? No, because he's a warrior, so he's gonna do weapon and shield mostly, but he could also do two-handed. I mean, he is strong. We'll make him a two-handed guy. Mighty blow and pummel strike. All right, so let's take a look at the origin story. Now, I will say, this is the story. They don't actually have an actual story to play through, because the modder said that would take way too long, but I'll read it to you guys so you don't just read text. Situated between the Kakari Wilds to the south and Lake Calenhad to the north lies the area called the Hinterlands. Known for its fertile agricultural land, it is populated by a great many farmholds, including your family's small farm. Life here is generally peaceful, but despite that, you have prepared to defend yourself and this land from all conceivable threats. Soon that training will be put to the test as a new danger emerges and threatens to destroy everything you know. So, basically, you were trained to fight bandits, because every now and then a group of bandits or raiders would pop in and try to steal your crops, or maybe kill you or kill your livestock and steal everything you own. So you were trained to fight that. The sounds of metal clanking echo over the fields as you practice with the weapons of war, ever ready for the day when that training will be needed. As you finish your exercises, you hear noises coming from the animal pens. You and your father rush over to see the cattle are being attacked by wolves. Oh. You kill several of the wolves as the rest retreat to the woods. Wolf attacks are extremely rare, but these wolves look sick. Much of their fur has fallen out and their skin is inflamed and infected. While being in such a condition may explain the attack, it goes no indication as to what caused it. Your younger brother returns from the local village. He tells you that there have been several odd attacks on merchant caravans in the past fortnight. Bandits and Chazand raiders are known threats, but these attacks were different. Few, if any, survivors. People missing and the goods untouched. So it's obviously not your typical raider attack if the goods are still there, because that's what bandits do. They steal, and if the goods are still there, then something's up. And I think anyone familiar with this game knows what's up. The few survivors got only a glimpse of the attackers. They were human and dwarf-sized, but didn't speak, only making hideous growling and laughing sounds and terrible shrieking noises. They seemed to come up with the very ground. They seemed to come up from the very ground underneath their feet, then disappear just as quickly. Your father tells you both to come into the house. He pulls out a large chest and indicates that it contains spoils of war. 30 years ago, he fought in the war with Orlais. The chest is filled with armor and weapons of Orlesian design and make. So your father is an Orlesian war veteran. You hear more noises outside and emerge from the house armed, but find only a small group of travelers who apologize for the intrusion but ask if they can have some water. Your father begs their pardon, indicating the wolves, introduces himself and offers them drink, rest, and food. They gladly accept. The leader introduces himself as Duncan and the rest as Grey Wardens. You have heard the myths and legends surrounding the Grey Wardens. They ask if there have been other such attacks, and your brother tells them about the caravans. They examine the bodies of the wolves as knowing looks pass between them. Okay. Duncan asks if it was you that won the tournament at the local harvest festival the year before, and your father proudly tells him it is so. The meal finished, he tells you that it would be best to burn the bodies of the wolves and to be prepared for other such attacks. He thanks your father for this hospitality and remarks the good reputation he has is well deserved. Then they take their leave. So they knew that the wolves were tainted by the Darkspawn, so that's why they had that look. They were looking at each other knowing something was up. So that's why I told them to burn them, because if you don't burn them, they'll turn to Darkspawn. Late that night, your father wakes you. There are beings in the woods surrounding the farm. You look out and can see them moving through the trees. Some are the size of men and dwarfs, but you see they are neither. Darkspawn, your father explains. If you wait in the house, you can be trapped and easily overrun. If you try to escape to the village, you can run into more and be surrounded and overwhelmed. You determine that you might as well stand and fight, because you really have no other option. So you all emerge from the house just as a Darkspawn attack. So you're standing your ground at your farm because you can't escape. You can't try to barricade the house because they'll overwhelm you and you'll die. So all the family members decided, hey, it was for the best. Your brother and your father, you all decided it's for the best to stand your ground and just hope for the best. After what seemed hours, but could only have been minutes, you look to see that no more of the creatures are left standing. Most are dead, while a few have fled into the woods. Your brother is all right, but your father is seriously wounded. You go to him and say that you must get him to a healer, but he says no. He prefers to die here, on his land, on the field of battle, as a warrior. He has lived a good life, he tells you, and is content to go to the side of the Maker. He says goodbye, and that he will see you again someday. His eyes lose focus, and then slightly widen as you hear him whisper your mother's name, and then he dies. You hear more noises and prepare for another attack, but it is the Grey Wardens that emerge from the woods. Duncan sees the body of your father and says he is deeply saddened that they couldn't arrive sooner. They had suspected Darkspawn had been responsible for the caravan attacks and had been tracking his raiding band for hours. You indicate that a few escaped into the woods. They promise to find them and disappear into the woods. You look around and see that the farm is in ruins. The buildings are crumbling and on fire. The fields are trampled, the ground itself covered in the Darkspawn's blood. You and your brother quickly salvage what you can from the house and then place your father's body inside it. Then you make your way to the village. As dawn breaks, Duncan finds you at the tavern. He tells you that they found the entrance to the deep roads that the Darkspawn were using to launch their raids. The others will destroy it and track any that remain on the surface. He tells you that a blight has begun, and that more Grey Wardens will be needed to fight it. You have seen what will happen if they are not stopped, and offers you a place with the Grey Wardens.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar.
And obviously you join the Grey Wardens.
The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern
There's unique dialogue, so stay tuned.
Stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, Fred. Might I know your name?
I am Ryan, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. If my ears serve me, your accent comes from the Western Hills. Am I right?
Yes, I'm from a farmhold near Redcliffe, Your Majesty.
My favourite uncle happens to be the Arl of Redcliffe. It's a countryside I'm most fond of.
Which is now full of its own Darkspawn.
So far north of the Wilds? How?
A raiding band, Your Majesty. They've been popping up all over Ferelden by way of the deep roads. Thankfully, these were dealt with.
How marvellous that others join us in victory. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
You're too kind, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
I didn't realize things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Yeah, so this has unique dialogue, and there's more unique stuff throughout the game. I'll upload separate videos just so you can see it.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Then maybe we should move quickly.
Yes, we should proceed with the ritual.
A hot meal might be nice first.
I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Wonderful. Let's get this over with then.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Got it. Yeah, so that is the human commoner origin. I know it's not that much for a lot of people. It's pretty underwhelming, but this is cut content from a mod that shouldn't have even been restored at all. So we got some unique dialogue, we got some unique outfits and all that. Is there anything else? It just comes with leather armor. I don't know if there are any other unique outfits because you didn't actually get to play through it, so I didn't know. Great sword. We're gonna use that because this guy's gonna have two-handed armor. So it's just, yeah, that's pretty much it. You get unique. So in case you're still torn about whether or not you should get this mod, yes, you're probably gonna have a hard time transferring stuff over to another game like Dragon Age 2, for example. And obviously in the Keep, you're gonna have to say you were a noble. You can't say you were a commoner in your origin. So it's gonna have a bit of a, it's not gonna be the most lore-friendly playthrough, obviously. But this is content that was actually in the game, dialogue that was actually recorded, that's been restored. There's unique stuff at the Landsmeet and other stuff that is unique, and dialogue with characters, with your companions that is unique to the commoner origin. So I will upload those videos as I play through, because I do want to play through this. It seems pretty cool. It's a break from playing the same origins over and over again that we've all played through before. So I highly recommend this mod. I'm not much of a fan of Dragon Age Origins mods. I think most of them are kind of sucky, to be honest with you, and not worth downloading. The only ones I think are actually worth downloading are this one and the mods that make the elves look more friendly to the lore of Dragon Age 2. So yeah, I would highly recommend this mod, so check it out. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.